Welcome back again into this beautiful episode, and I do believe that God, in His own way, He is keeping you, He is strengthening you, and giving you every single reason for you to continue seeking the will of His name, because the will of God is our driving force. One of the things that we need to know is to have that will, what He wills for you and I. So I've been looking forward on this very important subject this whole entire week about being desperate. And as much as I'm digging deep and going or taking a nosedive to the scriptures to study it, the much I discover how important that subject is, and above everything else is quite the results that people get. These are some of the most important factors that I would like to point out to you as you concentrate and think about it when I'm talking about it. Number one, I said, when you are desperate, it doesn't matter who you are. If you are financially stable, if you still hold on to whatever you have, I want to let you understand that you don't have mind of your own. The loudest voice in the room becomes your mind. I want to say that again. When we are on desperate positions, we don't have mind. We are controlled by the loudest voice. So when the loudest voice says we have to go this direction, that's where we go to. And I gave you an example this morning, and I said there are people out in the streets abusing alcohols and drugs because at the beginning, before they engaged themselves into those perversions, they were in a desperate situation. And so the loudest voice kind of directed or navigated them towards those bad choices. There are people who are doing prostitution like now as I speak. Some of them, they started or got into or they engaged themselves into those perversions because of a desperate situation. And then the loudest voice out there came over and redirected them into the wrong choices. I can tell you, it doesn't matter if you're educated, if you're poorly educated. It doesn't matter if you're rich or poor. Once you are desperate, somehow when you're desperate, you always become vulnerable to a voice that will drag you out, sometimes out from the will of God. I want to tell you this, that it doesn't matter what people say. Because of your desperation, they don't have to understand you. They will never even understand your sirens. But the thing that I will emphasize is that if they can understand your sirens, let them not even understand your words. Hold and wait unto the Lord. You can try and do the best, and sometimes your best is not good enough when you're desperate. You are just like holding or grasping onto air, but you can't keep it into your own lungs, or trying to hold onto something and you can't get grab of it. So you kind of fall and keep on falling and keep on falling. In the book of Psalms 62 verse 1 and 2, this is what David said, and I would like to read so carefully. My soul find rest in you, God alone. My salvation comes from Him. He alone is my rock and my salvation. He is the fortress. I will never be shaken. My salvation and my honor depends on God. He is my mighty rock, my refuge. Trust in Him at all times. Oh people, pour out your hearts to Him, for God is our refuge. If you right now as I speak, you are experiencing a desperate situation in your life, let this be your verse, and I will break it slowly down so that you can hear. But David said, my soul, my heart, it only looks and trusts upon the Lord, because He is the fortress. He is salvation. He is all what He needs, because once you anchor yourself unto the Lord, His words becomes your hope, and He stands together with you in the midst of all the things, even in that position that you are in. There are things that we hold on to in our life, especially when we are desperate. But most of the times they do not, or they let us down. You can't hold on to your race. You can't hold on to your religion. You can't hold on to the political stands that are out there in the world, or maybe you can pull out your world and say, I will hold on to it, because the lace has disconnected us with the world. Religion have separated us. Politics have divided us, and the world that we hold has classified us. The only way we can only find refuge is going to the Lord. Seek Him, because He is our refuge and our salvation. Being desperate is just like being out there, but you don't get strength to lock yourself out from a stagnant situation. I'll give you an example. If you've ever been, or you have ever had an automobile, and sometimes by chances you go and forget to put the lights off, or you forgot to turn off the engine, not the engine, turn off something, and you come back and find all the battery is drained. Your car is just okay, but it can't move. It cannot move. It's in a desperate position. However much you try, it doesn't matter if a new one or an old one, it doesn't matter if it is a Tesla, if you don't have a battery charged, it will not start. But God does come and put some power in our desperate positions and restarts you. Let your desperate position be a situation that is worthwhile. God is taking you through there because He cares and He understands, and there are great things that will come out of it.